Okay, I'm back again, boys. So we're in the middle of this question here. So we got down to here which said this person, Mrs. Smith, worked 38 3/4 hours from Monday to Friday. Over here we're looking at what happened on Saturday. She only worked a half day, so she worked half of 7 3/4 hours. So we need to multiply those two numbers. We're going to change this to an improper fraction. So remember, we times and then add. 7 4s are 28, plus 3 is 31. So put the 31 up, down, and the 4 stays on the bottom. Now we just multiply our tops and multiply our bottoms, and we get 31 on the top and 8 on the bottom. When we change it to a mixed numeral, it's 31 divided by 8. 8 goes into 31 3 times, remainder 7, and the 8 stays on the bottom. So when we look at what happened overall, Monday to Friday, she worked 38 3/4 hours. On Saturday, she worked 3 7/8 hours. We need to add them up. So I'm going to do this a bit differently to what I normally do, because we normally change them to improper fractions, but this is going to be a very big number if we do 38 times 4 and add 3. So I'm going to do it a little bit differently this time. So I'm going to add the two whole numbers together to get 41. Then I'm going to write down the other bits that we need to add up, the 3/4 and the 7/8. So we'll leave the 41 sitting there, get a common denominator for 4 and 8, which is 8. What have we done here? We've times by 2, so we do the same to the top to get a 6. This hasn't changed, so the top won't change. So now we're going to add our tops and keep our bottom the same. And now I'm taking that back to a mixed numeral. 13 divided by 8, 8 goes into 13 once, remainder 5, and the 8 stays on the bottom. Now when we add these together, it's just 41 plus 1, 42, and 5/8 hours, and that's the end of your answer. So these questions here are just a bit more practice with multiplying the mixed numerals. So whenever you have a mixed numeral, we're changing it to an improper fraction. So 1 times 3 is 3, plus 2 is 5, keep the 3 on the bottom. Times your tops, times your bottoms, and we get 15 over 30. Find the highest number that goes into them so we can simplify it. 15 goes into both of them, so we're dividing by 15, and we get 1 over 2, and that's your answer. On B, same thing, we're going to change this to an improper fraction. 3 times 6 is 18, plus 5 is 23, keep your 6. 1 times 4 is 4, plus 3 is 7, keep your 4 on the bottom. Times your tops, times your bottoms. It is a little bit harder here. We need to do 23 times 7 over on the side here to work it out, and then put the answer back over here, 161. 6 4s are 24, that's easy enough to do. This is a bit difficult because we're doing 161 divided by 24 to get our mixed numeral. It's a bit hard to do that division, so over here I'm doing a little bit of trial and error to see how many times 24 does go into 161. First of all, I tried 24 times 5, that gave me 120, which is not big enough. So then I tried 24 times 7, and I got 168, that's too big. So we need the one in the middle, 24 times 6. So this is the one we're after. It goes in 6 times, and the remainder between those is 17, and we keep the 24 on the bottom. So I'll come back in a minute and give you a little bit more practice.